Well, we've had our first hot shower in 3 long years. That's why we absolutely stink most of the time. Of course, we're off grid here, so to make hot water out of the power of compost it's been a revelation for us. Brilliant. Only problem is getting the missus out of the shower. Now, it hasn't all been plain sailing. We had a little bit of jiggery pokery. The first night we sprung a leak, so we didn't want to fix that in the hours of darkness. And then the next day we just had to mess around. There was a bit of a blockage in the pipe. Before I show you the shower cam footage, we've got sort of like a 24 hours of tweaking the system and correcting the little faults on it until we're perfectly happy with it. The other thing that I'd like to clarify is why we've done this, because a lot of people have come up with good ideas like creating a solar powered water heater, also just putting a hose on top of the roof, compost bio reactor, all those sorts of things. The reason we've done it this way is, guys, we had a limited amount of hose pipe that we wanted to use. We didn't want to go out and buy a long length of hose to put on the roof, nor did I want to get up there and do that. I'm not great with heights now. But the main thing is, other than me not thinking about it anyway, is that our priority, well, our two main priorities on the farm is the goats and the soil. And the main aspect of the soil is creating good compost to add to it. So that's the main thing. A byproduct of that is the heat that's generated. So we're making compost piles like there's no tomorrow anyway. So we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone, stick the pipes in there as we go. Bob's your uncle. There's loads of different ways of heating water without actually plugging anything in. But this is what suits us. You've got to do what you think's right for your situation and your budget. Like I said, we already had everything here, leftovers and recycling. So we just plugged it all together. Yeah, it looks a little bit Swiss Family Robinson, but it works. It's brilliant. So it gives us about, how long the water for? To give you an idea, it gives us about 15-20 minutes of hot water. It depends on how hard you have it running out. Temperature wise, the first night was just right, and the second night it was too hot. I think the first night was a little bit cooler, because as you'll see in the video footage in a minute, we had to unearth all the pipe and rebuild the compost pile. So it was good in as much that it aerated everything again. It turned it a little bit. It introduced more oxygen into the pile. So that initially cooled it down. After that, it started to heat up, and I've made it even bigger. I can't stop myself, can I? So now the core of the compost pile is too hot after a little while of the shower head running. So we've just got a big plastic tank in the bathroom. When it gets too hot, we just bung it in there. We've already got some cool water in there from the day before. We just top that up. And we just bucket it over ourselves. Brilliant. I'm just really, really happy with it. The downside is, though, our bodies aren't used to warm water anymore. And when you've had a day on the farm, quite a hard day on the farm, when you put hot water onto your body, you then realise how much you're actually aching. Whereas when it was a cold shower, everything would be like rigor mortis, and all your muscles contract to protect yourself, and there's not so much pain. So there's a few more aches and pains about, but I dare say it's doing us some good. All right, guys, as promised, here's the lowdown on our tweaks and a little bit of shower cam footage at the end. We've been too successful with the compost water heater, guys. It's too hot, and I don't mean that it's too hot for the shower. It's too hot for the pipes. Well, it hasn't melted the black pipes, but they've collapsed inside the pile. Yeah, so it was all working fine, but as the pile got hotter and hotter, all the black pipe work's just squashed down. Take a look at the heat coming off this. It's like a sauna working next to it. Right, missus?
Shower with no hot water.
Well, it was hot water. It's just that it stopped. Wow. This is crazy. We were just saying you could probably cook a chicken in here, wrap it up with foil.
Yeah. That is cooked.
Sue's just cooked a feet, had to jump off the pile quick smart. Yeah, I think we found the culprit. So it looks like the hose, well, it's impossible to tell whether it had collapsed, but we had a couple of kinks in it. I suppose as the temperature has risen, this has got very, very soft. It's really, you can't hold on to it for too long. I've noticed where the hyacinth layers are, that's where most of the heat is, but it is baking hot. Team reckons we can cook a piece of chicken in there, so I think we might try that when we rebuild it. So the idea is to run the water through the hose once we've unearthed it all, make sure that it is functioning correctly, which it was before we buried it, and then gradually bury it. So put about a foot on, try it, put about a foot on, try it, and hopefully we can get this working. That is far, far hotter than I reckoned it'd be. Good, isn't it, missus? Clever, aren't I?
I think so.
It's too hot now.
Try stand on something. Ah! Fucking hell.
Only 3 days and you can see this is well on its way. Breaking down the hyacinth. I don't know about the root.
Yeah, if they squash down.
Right, we've exposed all the pipe work apart from the 2 connection ends that come out here. They're still covered up. I'll pop into the bathroom and flick the shower on, see if we can get this water circulating through the pipe. Once we've got that working, then we can gradually put the compost back on. Oh, that's proper hot, that is. Too successful. This is a problem I always have. Right, still no hot water coming through, well, 0 water, so we need to check the 2 tail end connectors here. If there's a blockage there, then we're all sorted and good to go. If it's not okay, then it's something to do with the pressure, I think. Mrs.
Sauna. Spa. Compost spa. It is nice. It is nice for your back when you backache.
Yeah, but it's not tea break yet.
But not really comfy.
No tangles, no squash pipe, still no water coming through, so we're going to whip the end off the pipe and see if the water's coming through, and it's just a question of not enough pressure. Last night we tried our maiden shower, and what happened, there was a split in the old pipe here. So we came out in pitch dark, soon fixed that, and then it wouldn't work, but we had water shooting right out of here. So it looked like there's enough pressure to get it up and into the shower there. So I'm just thinking if we can take this one off here and open a valve, see if we've got water coming through there. If we have, it's just that we haven't got enough pressure from the pump to push it through that smaller diameter pipe, but I'd be very surprised. Okay, so we've got water coming out. So I reckon if we put this on, we will have water coming out down there, which we have. So is it just not enough pressure to get up? I can't believe you did that. Right, so there's no blockage in the pipe. How is it now? Should just be normal now. Yeah. Just hold the hose up, Tone. Up in the air, shoot it up in the air. That should be enough pressure to get it up there, isn't it? Before we start hacking pipeworks a bit, so I just want to remove the shower head and see if there's been a bit of rubbish in the pipe and it's been pushed up and backing up against the shower head. Let's hope so, eh? I tell you what, guys, I'm going to be in her good books tonight, if you know what I mean. I guarantee you, I get there and she'll say, yeah, I knew that's what it was. Yeah, I thought I was going to tell you to do that. Toon's just carrying out a little plumbing tweak. So we're going to swap out this blue adapter connector or whatever for this one. Because we're having a bit of a weep around there. So it's a tighter fit on this end with the black irrigation pipe. So we're going to squeeze that on that one and pop it back on here and check that one. You can see it's not really leaking much, but that'll be going all night. And then what happens, every sort of like 20 minutes you'll hear the water pump go that's hooked up to our water holding tank from the borehole. So we can't really have any leaks in our system, although the pipe work looks a bit Swiss Family Robinson-esque. There's no leaks anywhere, so we can't have any bits and bobs like that. Once Toon's popped that on, we're then going to recover the pipe work just a little bit at a time. As I said, I was going to just start doing that now while Toon's doing the pipe work, but she did have a good point saying if we start cover it up now, that black pipe, there's not pressurized water in there, and we could in fact squash it. So she's going to get a move on, get this reconnected. We'll fill up the black pipe, make sure it's all working again, and then slowly recover the pipe work. We might throw a chicken breast in there as well, wrapped in foil. If we ain't got any foil, have we?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I bought it ages ago.
Cassava steamed chicken breast.
That's right.
Hang on a minute. Cassava, water hyacinth, and Lee's urine steamed chicken breast.
I tell you what, it smells nice though.
Well, my urine does smell nice. Right, you think it's going to work, missus?
You think you're ready for new hole? New again.
Try.
Continue on there. Video.
All right. Hang on. I know what I can do. Okay.
1, 2, on. Leaking? No. Yay! Change that one. I'll go look another back thing. Whatever you call.
Time to rebuild the compost pile. Rather than push it all back in from the sides, I just thought, well, I've covered up the pipe work with the hyacinth because that seemed to be the hottest part of the pile, every layer of that. And it's not like we're short of material. We've still got loads of cassava skin, still got about 4 buckets of biochar standby. We still have loads of hyacinth in the pond. I ended up making the pile bigger than I thought I would anyway at the start. It's quite addictive. If you're into making compost piles, you know what I'm on about. Once you start, you can't stop. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on. And then it's a good few ton of compost to put on the vegetables once it's all broken down. I know this is a compost hot shower video, but I'm just getting bitten by a few red ants. There's not many left. I've come up with a new way of getting rid of red fire ants. So apart from these last few that are nibbling on my toes, take a look at this. Ants love raised beds, but look at my trail of destruction. I can hear the quote now, guys. You can never win the war against ants. Well, that's about 1 billion ants that aren't going to be fighting any longer. So we're winning. There's a couple of little bites today, but you know, it's about 1 billion to 5 is the score so far. And I'll show you how to do it in an upcoming video. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There's no point you being here, Spoo.
Make sure you still keep hot shower for me.
It's too cold. You wouldn't like it.
Don't you ever shower all the hot water?
It's not hot, honest.
Get up, hurry up. Lee, are you okay? You more than 20 minutes now.
Nearly done.
เร็ว In shower more than half hour now, still not come out. Maybe he tried to clean his skin up with that super hot shower.